Good morning. So thank you for joining Dharma Yoga today. Please practice according to conditions and make note of any of the modifications that you need. And there's also advanced variation for those who are more able-bodied and experienced. So feel free to embrace those as well or try your own. So always practice according to your comfort level. So we'll start now actually. Let's begin. So let's begin as always, sitting tall and supremely still. Close the eyes, bring the attention inward. Nothing to do, nothing to seek. Everything we need is already within. Let's begin with the sound of Om 3 times to attract divine attention. Imagine you want to make the sound reach the ends of the universe. Fix your mind on God alone. Rest your thoughts in God alone. And in God you will live hereafter. Of this there is no doubt. Shivaya, I bow to you light. Om Namah Shivaya, 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 Om Namah Shivaya. May all beings everywhere be happy and free from suffering. May we acquire a strong desire for liberation from the ignorance that binds us to pain and suffering. And may we cherish no ill feelings against each other. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. So before we begin, let's do the mantra for purification, to purify the space, the grounds, and all the psychic channels within. If you know the chant, you may do it along with me. If you don't, just pretend you're saying the words perfectly and think about the intention of purifying this space, the ground, and all the psychic channels within. Om Pavitraha Pavitrawa Sawa Vashtanga Topiwa Yaha Smrit Pandrikaksham Sabaya Bhyantraha Sjihi. Om Pavitraha Pavitrawa Sawa Vashtanga Topiwa Yaha Smrit Pandrikaksham Sabaya Bhyantraha Sjihi. Om Pavitraha Pavitrawa Sawa Vashtanga Topiwa Yaha Smrit Pandrikaksham Sabaya Bhyantraha Sjihi. Now release. So let's do a little bit of Kapalabhati breathing in order to heat up the body, aerate the lungs, and oxygenate the blood, and help to purge the toxins. So you just imagine you're throwing the belly button against the spine. Don't worry about the inhale, happens automatically as a result of the pressure formed by the exhale. So you're really working the diaphragm. Keep your nostrils wide open, and it's an exhale about every second. That's the rate. So do it forcefully in order to get the full benefit of the pose. It also helps to stimulate the Manipura chakra, the navel chakra. So hands in Yana Mudra. Take a deep breath in. Exhale. Completely empty the lungs. Take a half breath in and begin. Exhale completely. Take a deep breath in now. Fill up the lungs, bring the chest up high, then hold the breath. Bring the chin right against the chest, contract the root muscles, pull them up towards the navel. Watch the space between the eyebrows. Bring the tongue to the tip of the tongue, behind the teeth to the upper palate. Keep the throats and the root lock engaged. Keep the face calm, but the back straight. Slowly exhale, release the locks, release the tension in the throat and the root. From the solar plexus, inhale up to the space between the eyebrows. Exhale back down to the solar plexus. Again, solar plexus to the space between the eyebrows. Breathe in and breathe back down to the solar plexus. Breathe normally for a couple of cycles. And round two. Inhale part way. Exhale completely empty the lungs. Inhale again, part way. And begin. Keep going. Try to keep the body erect. Shoulders should not be moving and bouncing around. Exhale completely. Breathe in deeply. Fill up the lungs, bring the chest up high. Then again, hold the breath. Apply the throat and the root lock. Third eye attention. Squeeze the perineum muscles. Pull them up towards the navel again. Press the chin right against the chest. Keep the shoulders down. Keep watching the space in the eyebrows. Slowly exhale. Release the locks. Breathe in from the solar plexus to the space between the eyebrows. Watch the breath moving between those 2 points. Exhale back down to the solar plexus. And again, from the solar plexus, breathe up to the space between the eyebrows. And release back down to the solar plexus. Exhale. Take notice of any physical or mental or emotional changes. Be unconcerned, just be like the witness. And be the witness throughout this whole practice. Now let's come to standing. So, I'm going to see, give me a second, I want to make sure I'm live. Right, so let's continue. Charging breathing. Bring your feet about 10 inches apart. Bring the arms up, the palms facing in. From the soles of the feet, breathe all the way up through the fingertips. Imagine you send the earth's energy right up through the body. Holding at the fingertips, suspend the breath there. Exhale all the way back down to the soles of the feet. Again, inhale. From the soles of the feet, watch the energy rising up through the body. Charging you up, holding a breath, and the attention at the fingertips. Exhale down, back to the soles of the feet. Last time, inhale, bring the energy right up through the body. Feel it charging you up. Holding the breath and the attention at the fingertips. Feel yourself filled with that prana, that vital force. Exhale down. Bring the arms down now. Let's continue with some warm-up exercises. Roll the head in circles. Loosen up the neck. Practice in a way that is mindful, that is reverent. And change direction. Imagine all that you feel is being transmitted to beings everywhere. So we don't want to go to a place of pain or anxiety. This is not what you want to offer up. Now, right arm circles forward. Wind it up like a big machine. Get some momentum. And then go in the other sense. Left arm. Loosen up the shoulder. And then back. And release. Now take hold of the opposite elbows. Squeeze the ears with the arms and go to the left. Pulse a little bit with each pulse. Go a little bit deeper into the stretch, into the bend. And then come back to the center. Elongate. Go to the right. Try not to create folds on the right side of the waist. And back to the center. Let's go to the first side again. back to the center, go to the right. And then come back. Now release the arms. Inhale, swing the arms, float the arms up. Exhale, toss the body down. Nice light swings. Last one, just stay hanging down. Allow the body to stop bouncing and shaking. And roll your way up. Lion's breath 8 times. We're going to come to squat, so you just come down to what is appropriate for your knees. Same time, we make a fierce lion face. The eyes go wide and the tongue hangs out of the mouth. It's good for releasing tension. Last one. And coming back up. Shake out the wrists and the fingers very, very rapidly. And then up and down, fingers moving so fast they're like a blur, you can't even see them move. And then from here, just swing the arms along the side of the body, go from side to side. Allow the arms to just throw themselves around the body. And then start to slow it down and release. Bring the feet closer together, interlace the fingers, press the palms up, inhale, lift up off the heels. Exhale, back down on the heels, lift the toes, and then come up again on the base, roots to your toes, lift the toes. Now pull back on the heels and reach up and down, flex the toes, up, pull the navel up and in. One more time. Come up and stay up this time. Feel as though you're trying to push the ceiling right off the walls. Grow tall. And lower the heels. Release the arms. So let's come to the top of the mat. Do a few rounds of sun salutations with some variations to warm up the body further. Hands in front of the heart. Remember, better than practice, better than meditation is to renounce all the fruits of the actions. Do the practice as though your divine duty to all beings everywhere. Let's move together as one. Imagine moving the yogis everywhere like a school of fish. Reach your arms up over the head, arch back, and then come down. Hands to the ground, bend your knees if you need to, bring your hands flat. Right foot back, lower the knee down, sink down to the seat. Come into high plank, knees, chest, knees down, and bring the seat all the way back behind the heels. Now pull the arms, come through into your cobra. And come all the way back. Seat again behind the heels, glide forward. Press your nose to the ground as you come forward. Between the arms, lift the head, arch the back. Come all the way back again. Seat way behind the heels and start your ascent. Come forward, smooth movements back into Adho Mukha Savasana, downward facing dog. Sink your heart towards the ground. Then the right foot steps forward to the hands. Doesn't quite make it, you can lower the knee down and you can assist the foot forward with the right hand. And then the feet come together, chest on the thighs, head down, seat up, come all the way up. Hands back to the heart. Again, arch back, stretch the front body, press the hips forward, come down into forward fold. Left foot back into a lunge, shoulders back, into plank, lower the knees, bring the seat back. Watch the body moving by itself gracefully. Come forward into the cobra. All the way back again. Again, glide. Pull with your arms, propel yourself forward with more ease and strength. Come all the way back. One last time. Glide forward between the arms. Lift the head, bring it back towards the seat, back into Adho Mukha Savasana. Then the left foot steps forward to the hands, sink down to the seat. Feet together, chest on the thighs. Come down in an expression of bowing. and come all the way up. Pranayama. Reach up again. Go down gracefully. Right foot back. All the movements done with reverence. Really revering and showing homage, paying homage to all the forms. Come forward into the cobra. This time immediately back into downward facing dog. Sink the heart towards the ground. Right footsteps to the hands. Feet together. Chest coming beyond the knees. Forehead to the shins. Come all the way up to standing. And return. Hands to the heart. Reach up. Go down. Left foot back. And plank. Keep on going. Moving with gracefulness. Come forward and up. And back. Feel as though you're doing a dance. Link the movements together seamlessly. Transitions are smooth, unbroken, so that the mindset doesn't change. The witness is always watching. Don't distract the witness with jerky movements or aggressive movements. Reach the arms up. Come down again. Adding on. Bend the knees, chest on your thighs, join the hands behind the back. Extend through the crown. Exhale, pull the hands over the head. Fold the body down onto the legs. Release the hands down again in front of the feet. Beside the feet, right foot back. Kapiyasana, reach the arms up over the head. Crescent moon shape. And then come back into the plank. Ashtanga Namaskara. Knee, chest, forehead down. Come through between the arms. Back into Adho Mukha Savasana. And the right foot steps forward, back knee down. Reach up and back. And bring the hands back down. Step the feet back together. Again, chest on the thighs, hands behind the back. Extend through the crown and then dive deep. Keep lengthening the spine. And release the hands, bring them in front and over the head. Hips forward. Feel a whole stretch along the front of the body and back. Reach up again. Go down. Lose yourself in the sensations. Chest on the thighs. Join the hands and pull your body down onto the legs. Fold the body right in half. Practice according to condition as always. Left foot back. Raise your arms over the head. Kapiyasana. And then come back into the plank. Lower. And right through into Cobra. Back into Adho Mukha Savasana. Left foot steps, right knee down. Bring the seat all the way forward, reach the arms up and back. And then back down. Step the feet back together. Again, chest on the thighs. Reach back and then fold down deeply onto the legs. Release, come up. And return. And one more variation, 2 more rounds. Reach up and back. And come down. Now plant the hands, lift your head, shift your weight forward more towards your fingertips, shoulders over the fingertips. Now push into your hands, lift up a little bit, allow your toes to just glide back, come into chaturanga, or you can walk back, hovering just above the ground. And then from here, you pull forward into upward facing dog. Very similar to cobra, except your hips and knees are up off the ground. Now pull the shoulders back, push the chest forward, bring the head back. Feel as though you're howling at the moon like the dog. Hips between your hands. Legs in front of the body a little bit more. Curve the body. And then roll over your toes. Downward facing dog. Soften the line in the back. Melt the heart towards the ground. If you can try to touch your head to the ground if your head is below the shoulders. Tuck your chin in. If you're flexible, maybe the back of the head will come to the mat. Belly against the thighs. Feel like a dog stretching its back. Again, ready to come forward. Lift the heels, bend the knees. Look at the space between your hands. walk or jump your feet forward. Fold down onto the legs. Come all the way up. And home. One more time. Reach the arms up and back. Every movement reflecting devotion, surrender, offering. And again, lift up a little bit, shoulders over the fingertips. Keep strong through the arms, lift up a little bit, and then allow your toes to just glide back as though they were in roller skates. And then come forward and up into upward facing dog. Again, modify as you need to according to condition. Chest forward, head over the seat. Back into Adho Mukha Svanasana. Allow the heart to come towards the ground. Flatten out the arms a little bit. Demonstrate the loyalty of a dog to its master. Lift up the heels, put the knees up between your hands. Jump forward or walk forward. Pull the body down onto the legs again. Come all the way up to standing. Arch back. And bring the hands back to the heart. Take pause here for a moment. Breathe in. Exhale. Let go of all fatigue. Let go of all expectations and all attachments to results. Good. So let's continue with some poses. So we're going to start off with your standing in Pranamasana with the hands in front of the heart. From here, jump your feet apart. Take your arms out wide. Now turn to the left. Virabhadrasana 2. Sink down to the seat. Get nice and low. Take on the consciousness of a warrior. Strong and determined. From here, you can either rest your forearm on the left thigh and bring the right arm over the head. Try to flatten out the seats a little bit so you don't want to have it popping up. If you can bring your hand on the ground on the left side of the foot. Push the knee into the shoulder. If you have the flexibility, pull the right shoulder back. If you want, you can take the right hand around the back. And if you can slip your hand in between your thigh and your body. Pull the thigh back. If you have a full bind, bring the left shoulder down and maybe take the bind behind the back. Pull the right shoulder back, flatten your body against the leg. Good. Then from here, release the bind if you have it. Bring both hands down on the ground. From here, lower the back knee down, flatten out the toe. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, sink the seat all the way forward. Bring your hands to the seat. Pull down on the seat. Push the rib basket up. Feel as though you're folding the back in half at the spine. Allow the head to drop back. This feels okay. Continue on. Bring your hands together in Kali Mudra. Index fingers together. Rock the shoulders back and forth behind the ears. Pull it back. Keep the arms straight. If you want to go into other variations, you can. A nice one is swan. You can bring the right foot up if you like. Take hold of the foot. Bring it to the crook of the arm and left hand comes around. And bind the fingers together, lock them together. Now push the toes into the inner arm. Turn the chest forward. And try to take out the sharp angles in the elbows. Put legs in the arms. If you're not quite there, you can just take your hand to the back foot, concentrate on curve, lengthening the curve along the side body. Good. And from here, release. We're going to come up a little bit more. Slide your left foot in a little bit, bend the toes under. Coming into Parivita Parsvakonasana. Reach the right arm up, take the hand to the outside of the knee, and here you can keep your hand on the seat, pull down, push into the seat, pull down. If you can, reach back and press the hand on the inside of the heel. Actually, the outside of the heel. Keep the body straight and long and turn a little bit more to the left. If you want to go further, I'll do it this way so you can see better. Next progression, the right arm comes up, turn back, and then take the elbow to the outside of the thigh. The armpit is right against the knee. Hands in prayer or left fist pressing into the right hand. As you push the left fist in the right hand, raise the chest up, center chest comes to your thumbs, and then start to twist towards the ceiling. Keep the left hip moving back, the head forward, and try to get your left shoulder all the way back. Those of you who want to take a bind, left arm comes over the back, right arm comes underneath the left leg on the outside, and join the hands. Lock your fingers or take the left wrist with your right hand. Left shoulder moves back. If you want, you can take your back knee up off the ground. Keep pushing through the heel to keep your stance strong and steady. Lift the back of the knee up on the left leg, on the right leg. Now from here, release. Bring your hands to the inside of the front foot. Move your left foot out a little bit. Lizard. So rock back and forth. Push back once again through the right foot. Lower the knee down. Flatten out the toes. Roll to the right. Get the right forearm down. Roll to left. Maybe the left forearm comes down. Make sure the knee doesn't pop away from the shoulder. If you need to, move your foot out a little bit. The knee should stay over the foot. If you're very flexible, maybe you can bring your left arm to the outside and bring your chest right down. Left shoulder is just right against the foot in front. Those who are wanting the bind, left arm comes around the outside, snakes underneath the knee, and then over the back. And then the right hand comes around. You can take hold of the right wrist with your left hand. And then from here, come back onto the hands. From here, we're going to pull the left hip back, walk the left foot in a little bit more in front of the right hip, and lower the shin down, coming into pigeon. If you have the flexibility, move your foot out so that your knee and the heel are on the same line, flush with the front end of the mat. From here, you can press the right hand against the foot, and then just bring your belly down, your chest onto your thigh. If you want to extend your left arm, you can. Keep pushing into the foot to offer a little bit of resistance and push the foot back into the hands. And relax the right arm. If you need to stay higher, stay higher. You can just stay on your hands. Your elbows don't have to come down. Keep telescoping the chest forward. Draw the left hip back. All right, now come back up. Good. We're going to work on Dharmasana now. So bring the foot a little bit further forward. Your leg is more than 90-degree angle. And just slide your back foot in a little bit so that your right leg is relaxed. Now move your center chest right along the middle of the foot. So you can get your elbow to the sole of the foot. You can bring your hands again in prayer or right hand in the left fist. Push the chest towards the thumbs and roll the right shoulder back, roll the right shoulder back, the right thigh down. If you need to, you move your knee a little bit further out to left, or if you can't get your elbow to the foot, just bring it in front. You're very flexible. Try to get your shoulder in front of the foot. Keep turning the right chest, side of the chest up. Now from here, we're going to release. So press into your hands, bring the left knee back up. And from here, bend the toes under the back foot. And then we're going to walk back with our hands between the feet and come up. Okay, so I'll do it this way again. So change direction, starting back at the first pose. Then turn to the right, Virabhadrasana. Shoulders down, exude the confidence, the power, the courage of a warrior. Get low. That's it. From here, Paschimottanasana, again, you can take this variation. Try to push the left hip down a little bit so you have a straight line from the back foot to the hand. Or if you can, bring the right hand to the outside of the right foot. Push the knee into the shoulder and the shoulder into the knee. Pull the left shoulder back, look up. Again, if you want to take a half bind, you can do this version, or drop the shoulder a little bit so you can get your full arm fully underneath the leg, and take a bind behind the back. Just the hands bind close to the, beside the seat. Left shoulder moves back, flatten your body against the leg. And then release. Bring hands back down on the ground, turn forward, lower the knee down. Now sink the seat all the way forward so it's close to the front heel. Hands again, just to shape the lower body. Curl the tail under and push the chest up. Elbows come back towards one another. Kapiyasana. Imagine the index fingers going over the back toe. Keep the arms straight. Radiate your light. Make an expression of abject surrender and devotion. You may stay here, or you may come into other variations. Either this one here, or if you want to go further, swan. Make sure you're not tilting to either side. You want to eventually turn your chest forward a little bit more. Gaze up, lengthen your arms. Think of a swan's neck. No sharp angles. To release, pull foot in, let the foot down. Then come a little bit more upright. Move the right foot in, the legs are like a box. Bend the toes under on the back foot. Left arm up, angle the toe, actually just hand on the back, on the outside of the knee first, and then lean back a little bit. Bring the hands to the outside of the heel, the right hand. Inhale, push the lower back up and in. Exhale, keep pressing against the knee and the heel. Turn towards the right, look over the right shoulder. If you want to go further, release, come back with your left arm, and then take the elbow to the outside of the thigh. Paririta Paschimottanasana. So notice how my body's coming higher than the thigh. There gives more room to twist. Hands together, and right shoulder goes all the way back. If you want to take a bind, move the hips back. The elbow has to come down in the space below the knee. So then you can slip your arm in between. Your hand comes just in front of your belly, and the right arm goes over the back. Lock the fingers, or take your right wrist with your left hand. Pull the right shoulder back. Chest and face are up. You want push into the toes of the left foot. Raise the knee up off the ground. Don't worry about the results, whatever happens. Just do your best. It's the effort that's the most important. get ready to release now, gracefully. Take the hands to the inside of the right foot, move the right foot further out to the edge of the mat, and press back and forth. Sink down through the seat. Good. Press the left heel back, lower the knee down, flatten out the toes. And then just, if you can, roll onto your left side, left forearm down, right forearm down. Keep pushing your chest forward. And from here, bring your chest down if you can. If it doesn't make it all the way, just stay as you see fit. Want to take a bind, go ahead. Right arm comes on the outside, underneath the knee, and you join hands over the back. Feel heavy through the hips. Gaze is steady and unblinking like a lizard. Try to become one with the form. Put yourself in the skin of the other being that you're representing. It becomes your guru. At any given point, the form is your guru. So learn from it. And release. So come back onto your hands, move the hips back, and then move the right foot to the left. Bring your thigh down on the ground. Try to get your heel on the same line as the knee. If it's not possible, the tight hips, just pull your foot in as much as you need to. Try to have your hips square as much as possible. Push your left hand against the foot. Reach forward, telescope the chest forward and come down. Right arm can stretch forward. And just relax the left elbow down. Keep pressing the foot into the hand and hand in the foot to give yourself a little bit of resistance. Feel a little bit in the glutes. Now from here, Dharmasana. Come back up. Move your right foot out a little bit more. Pull the left foot in, relax the back leg. And then try to move the center of the chest right over the center of the foot. Elbow to the sole of the foot. And hands in Manjali Mudra, or again, left hand pushes against the right. Left fist pushes against the right hand. Roll the left shoulder back, roll the left thigh in. Can get your shoulder down from the foot. Try again to get the center of the chest right to the thumbs. Lose yourself in the sensations. Good. And then come back. From here, push the knee back up, bend the toes under on the back foot, and then again your feet are parallel and come back up, arms out to the side. Reach out. So here, since we're here, let's do this hero sequence. Bring your hands to the heart. Now breathe from this heart up to this third eye. Exhale back down to the heart. Remain established in your divinity and your devotion to the divine grace, the highest self. From here, we're going to go into easy Chakrasana. So you pull your feet in a little bit. Your toes are beyond the edge of the mat. I'll do it this way. Hands on the seat. Bend your knees a little bit so your knees come a little bit over the toes. Push into the seat, pull down, and then lift your chest. Now push into your feet. Raise the hips so that your legs straighten a little bit more. Thighs roll outwards, shins roll inwards. If you want, you can slide your right hand down, grip below the knee, and then the left hand. Use the hands to pull the thighs outwards, and so thumbs come more in between your legs. If you want to go further, you can walk your hands all the way down to your feet, forming an unbroken ring just like the name. Chakrasana, like a wheel. Now bring your hands back one at a time to the seat. Push into the seat, pull down at the same time. Leave the heart, come back up. Arms out to the side, heels a little bit wider, hinge forward. Come down. You can step on the fingers with the edges of the feet. Extend to the crown, exhale. Pull the body right in between the legs. Try to get the center of the head, or the head right between the feet. So you can push your chest forward so that it goes behind the legs. Shoulders are up, shoulders are back at the same time. Option here, you can stay here. If your head's on the ground, you can come into tripod. So fingertips are a little bit behind the heels, the arms are perpendicular, tripod, and then see if you can straddle your legs right up. For those practitioners who know how to do this, stay safe as always. Know your limitations and your abilities. If you're up, come down. Keep your core engaged, keep your hips lifted. See if you can land your feet in the same place, right beside the head. Arms up to the side, come back up. Once again, easy chakrasana. Walk your feet a little bit in. If you're more flexible, you can walk your feet even closer. And then again, push into the seat, pull down at the same time, and go back. Walk your hands down the backs of the legs. Eventually you might be able to get your hands all the way down to the heels. Push your hips forward a little bit and up. And then carefully make your way back up. One hand at a time, walking back up the legs, the backs of the legs. Feet apart, hands to the heart. Breathe in from the heart to the space between your eyebrows. Breathe back down to the heart. Remain establishing your connection with the divine. Bring your feet back together. Release the hands. A couple of balance poses here. Do a little bit of a sequence. So we're going to start off with ballet pose. Standing on your left foot, take the right heel, raise the left arm up, and see if you can take your right foot up. If you can't, just keep your knee bent. Lean a little bit away from the leg. Try to get your leg higher. If you're more flexible, you can take the foot up a little bit higher. If you're quite flexible, you can alternatively take the foot in front of your chest, take it with your left hand, the outside of the foot, and try to get your foot right beside the head. Extend the right arm. It's another variation of the pose. Embrace the poise and the grace of a dancer. And then from here, bring the foot back. Gliding eagle. So you're going to come down, hinge forward. Your head is about the height of the knee. And then bring your arms out wide like spreading your wings. Soar through the air like an eagle. Use your imagination to pretend you're a bird. A great, magnificent bird. And then come all the way back. Good. And step your foot down. Let's try another on the other side now. Press down through the right foot. Bring the left heel up in your left hand. Again, build the pose. Straighten your leg. Lean a little bit back. Try to get your fingers and your toes on the same line. That's why you lean away from the leg a little bit that's raised. Or again, if you like, bring your foot in front. If you're very flexible, tickle the outside of the foot with your right hand. Use your arm to press the leg up and extend the left arm. Whatever happens, be unconcerned, just do your best. And from here, depending where you are, release the leg, don't let it drop down to the ground just yet. Hinge forward and dive. Feel like you're gliding through the air like an eagle. And come back. Breathe in, breathe out. Good. And okay, so we're going to come down. Let's try headstand. Shilshasana. If you know what you're doing, please go ahead into your poses. Find one that's steady, find one, or you can always challenge yourself to find one that you have working on, and just try to hold it as long as you can. So be steady and be unbroken in your concentration. If you have trouble lifting up into the headstand, you can stay in hare pose. Hands on the ground, and then just lift your seat until your seat is roughly over your knees. Come onto top of the head. If you feel comfortable, you can come more on the back of the head. Eventually, you can take your fingertips down. Make sure they're in front of you where you can see. So your arms are more than 90 degrees. Your hands are wide. Come onto your fingertips. Push into your fingertips. Bring one leg all the way back. Keep your legs bent so that your feet are close to the seat. And then just see if you can press. Keep bouncing your foot closer in between your hands. Use your knee that's on the ground close to your body to just push into your belly to get yourself into the right alignment. And then keep pressing to your fingertips and pull your toes away from the ground. And then you're up. And then you keep pushing through that left foot until your legs are more at the same height. But keep your legs bent. You can do this in front of the wall, so my right foot would be against the wall, perhaps, and then you just pull your toes off the wall for once in a while. If you're up already and you want to go into lotus, go ahead. Now be still. If you feel comfortable, close your eyes, bring your attention to the space between the eyebrows. Most of the weight, almost all of it's on your head. I am you, you are me. So hum. I am that I am. Keep that consciousness running through your mind, all through it, your being. Now, if you feel comfortable here, if you're still on your head, you can see if you can keep on transferring weight more to your head and peel one finger off at a time until you're just on the very tips of your index fingers. Push your hips, your knees back, your legs back a little bit. A little bit easier to do when your legs are split. So do whatever pose you find the steadiness. Sink your weight into your head so that there's hardly any on your fingers. So you can at least once in a while too. Okay, so you can practice that once in a while. Now get ready to come down slowly. So no fast, hard landings. Come down from wherever you're at. Child's pose. Breathe in. Breathe out. Relax. Roll your way up. Find your way into shoulder stand. Lie on your back first. Rest on your back. Breathe in. Breathe out all fatigue. Imagine you're fainting. And place your hands beside your body, palms down, lift your legs.
I'm going to go right into plow pose first. Get your feet over your head as far as you can, and then move your arms closer together behind your back. Join your hands together, wrists together. Walk your feet further apart, then your seat will be over your shoulders. This will give you a nice line when you come up. Putting your hands to your back, and then raise your legs up. If it's too much to keep your legs upright, you can bend your knees, bring your forehead to your, come into tuck, forehead, your knees to your forehead, or just keep your seat on your hands with your legs straight up. Again, if you have a lotus, go ahead into your lotus. Make it look more like a meditation pose. Trigger divine attention. If you can, if you're right on top of your shoulders, you can bring your hands to the thighs as well. If you don't have a full lotus, just keep your legs straight up. Close the eyes now. Attune to the Soham consciousness. I am that I am. All the attention at the kuti, the space between the eyebrows. Now making way, if you have a lotus, you can bring yourself into Pindasana. You can wrap your arms around the legs and join your hands underneath the seat. That's an option, a full embryo pose. Otherwise, your legs are straight. Come into plow. If your feet touch down, your arms can come behind your back. If you want, bring your thighs against the body, knees on either side of the head. Karnapidasana. Go within, beyond the body, the mind, and the emotions. Withdraw from the senses. Now let's try couch pose. I'll talk you through it first, and if you want to do it, you can. Otherwise, you can come down into fish if that's not to your liking. So you bring your hands back onto your back. Take 1 foot forward. You want to land and bridge 1 foot at a time. So keep pressing your back or your seat into your hands. Stay strong through the upper arms, which are supporting you, and then keep that one leg over the head so that you can come down with control. No big hard sounds, loud sounds when your feet land. Okay, when you're in bridge pose, you then see if you can walk forward on your shoulders and your elbows until your elbows are right beside your heels. Then slide your heels right together, push into the elbows, and lift your chest and your head up off the ground so that you can bring your knees down. Still holding on to the ankles. And then the top of the head comes down to the ground. And if you like, you can keep holding on to your ankles or bring your arms over the head. Take hold of your opposite elbows over the head. If you'd rather do fish, then do your fish. Okay, so fish is, again, your hands are underneath your seat, palms down, legs are extended. Bring the arms close together underneath the body, then push your chest up. Bring the top of the head to the ground. Now, whichever version you're doing, Vastrika breath. Resume normal breathing. Now, depending where you are, if you're in couch pose, you can bring your hands a little bit in front of your head, press into your finger. Actually, turn your hands around so your fingers are facing towards the feet. Turn your fingers out and lift the seat up off the heels. Take a half breath in. You might be able to press your head up off the mat. Urdhva Dhanurasana. Otherwise, if you're in fish, bring your feet in towards the seat. Bring your fingertips on either side of the head, and then lift your back up off the mat. Slide your head in so you're on the top of the head. Turn your hands around. You can stay with your hand on the ground, or again, lift up. Again, once you're in the pose, play a little bit with other variations if you know them. Advanced practitioners, do whatever you want, or just stay in the pose. Try to eventually get a nice uniform curve from the feet all the way to the hands, through the body. If you're very flexible, walk your hands towards your feet. Eventually you might be able to take hold of the fork, the thumb and the index finger against the heel. Eventually maybe take your hands to the ankles. Come into full wheel. Oops, I came up. If you want to practice coming up and down, drop back, go ahead as well. All right. And then lower down onto your back. Breathe in. Breathe out all fatigue. Relax. Arms over the head. Come to seated position. Start off with Paschimottanasana. Raise your arms up, bend the knees if you need to, and pull the body down onto the legs. You can hold the outer edge of the feet, push to the base of the toes. See if you can get your chest to come further forward. So you're trying to get beyond the knees. Exhale, pour weight into the legs, go deeper. If you're less flexible, tight hamstrings, you can just hug your body to the legs and just stay here. But continue to lengthen your spine. Bring your attention to the base of the spine. Perhaps you attract the sensation of the blood rushing to the base of the spine, your focal point. And then coming back up. Karmasana. Modification. Slide the feet in a little bit, pull your knees up, and then slide your arms underneath your shins. Take hold of the outer edges of the feet, and bring the forehead down towards the ground. If you have flexibility, you can come into full tortoise and bring your arms beside your seat. Make sure your feet are not too wide, just a little more hip width apart. When your legs slide forward, your legs should be more closer to the shoulders than on the elbows. If your elbows are free, join your hands over the back if you like. Imagine your tortoise now. Slow down the breath. The tortoise has a long life because of its long breathing cycle. So, the same way, promote longevity by extending your breath cycles. Inhale and exhale very slowly. And release. Come back out. Slide your feet in. Come into a squat. Now from here, Ardha Tittipasana. You're going to your left first. So keep your seat low, but lift your seat. Your left shoulder comes in a little bit, and slide. Pull your left arm right underneath the leg and over your back. Your other hand. Join your fingers, lock the fingers, or take hold of your right wrist with your left hand, and then pull the seat up. Try to straighten out the right leg, eventually maybe the left leg as well. The head stays close to the ground. Those who want can come into birded paradise, the balance pose. Walk the right foot in. Now take half breath in, lift the left heel, pull with your arm. Take half breath in and come up to standing. If you can straighten out the leg. Push the foot further back behind the head, the leg further back behind the shoulder. Come down gracefully as you can. And release. We'll do this way as you can see. Again, the other side. To the right now. Slide the shoulder in. So you can take the arm underneath the leg, and then left arm goes over the back. Take hold of the left wrist with your right hand, or your fingers lock them together. If you're more flexible, move your hand up towards the elbow. And raise the left hip. Try to get your right leg eventually straight as well. You may stay here or take your balance pose. Slide your right foot in, come up off the heel, push into your left foot, take half breath in, and then come up. Watch the body moving by itself. Use your shoulder to push the leg back behind the body a little bit more. Down, back into the squat. Now from here, just walk your hands forward, lower down onto the belly, and just rest your forehead on your hands for a moment. Just shake out your hips, moving very fast from side to side. Like you're a snake, shedding itself of its old skin. Then get ready for cobra. Slide your hands in, and then roll the shoulders back. Make your way into cobra slowly. Move languidly like a cobra. Imagine having that boundless range of motion. If you're more flexible, you can try to bring your hands closer in. I like to come onto the fingertips to get even more height. Just try to get your shoulders over your hips, your head over your seat. Open up your legs a little bit if you want to do your king cobra. Keep pushing at your fingertips, straighten out the arms, bring your feet up. Imagine you're squeezing socks behind the knees, and maybe your feet will find the head. So now we're going to try forearm balance. Want to pull the elbows a little bit closer than the shoulders and really anchor down through the forearms. And then you can cross your thumbs and spread your fingers, so the baby finger in line with the elbow. So you can do this against the wall. Imagine there's a wall in front of me, if you want. And then bring your feet close to your elbows as close as you can. Bring one leg up over your head, keep your leg bent, foot flexed. And then see if you can get a little bit of momentum. So don't jump too hard, however. Push into your forearms, push off with your toes, bend your knee, and then push off lightly. And then you might be able to find your way up. So actually, maybe you can either do it with your wall in front of you, but maybe the wall in behind you, so you could kind of walk your feet up the wall and just keep one foot on the wall, the other foot over your head, away from the wall, and then you just kind of pull your toes up off the wall. That's how you work it. If you are able, then you just play with other things. Switch your legs around, try to keep the balance. Remain steady. Take your gaze a little bit forward in front of the fingertips. Okay, so let's give that a little bit of a try. Remember, you can just stay with your foot on the ground the whole time, according to your comfort. When you come up, don't jump hard again. Jump lightly. But you can get both feet over
Work towards scorpion. Pull your feet forward, press the toes one foot into the other. Feel as though your feet are very heavy, like fruits off a tree. Eventually your toes might reach your head. Pull your chest forward. For professionals, as Dharma says. And then come down. Relax, breathe in, breathe out. And roll your way up to seated. Come onto your seat. The right leg comes onto the outside of the left leg, your toes near the ankle. Make sure both sides of your seat are reached down, left hand behind the back, right hand behind the back, left arm up. And then twist to the right. So you're pushing your forearm against the outside thigh. Inhale, push the lower back up and in. Exhale, turn to the right. Imagine trying to pull the knee beyond the left edge of the body. And then return. Go to the other side. Right leg extends, left leg on the other side. The foot is close to the ankle. Left hand right behind the seat, against the seat. Make sure you don't, if you bring it away from the seat, you won't get the full benefits. Keep the back straight and upright. Right arm up. Press the forearm against the outer left thigh. Inhale, push the lower back up and in. Exhale, turn to the left. Visualizing a spiral going all the way from the base of the spine right up to the crown. Chin over the back shoulder eventually. And release. Good. Now from here, lie on your back. Ease your way down. Always move in a way that is gentle. And once you're down on your back, relax, let go of all fatigue. Soften everything. Now, imagine the best of the best coming in. Through the act of surrendering to it. Now we're going to do a little bit of relaxation. Shavasana is the best way, one of the most effective ways to remove impurities. Take your attention to your hands. Allow them to just become limp, lifeless. All the fingers droop, the backs of the hands just completely relaxed. No tension in the palms of the hands either, they're soft. The wrists completely flimsy and loose. And then just start to feel that heaviness making its way up through the arms. So as you move up the arms, from the wrists up to the shoulders, release all the muscles along the way. Feel as though they became like jello. They became completely useless. The shoulder joint as well, head of the shoulder, heavy, anchoring down the arms. And through the shoulders, that sensation of heaviness creeps along the whole upper back into the shoulder blades. Those shoulder blades feel infused with heaviness, and the heaviness causes the whole back to sink deeply into the ground, becoming so heavy. sagging from its weight. And it spreads down, it continues to course its way down through the lower back. All the hollows in the lower back, this flattening out and sinking, melting into the earth that supports it below, from below. Yield to the softness that's supporting the back. Moving down into the hips, the pelvis also feels heavy. The bones in that area feel as though they were made of lead. Extremely heavy. And the seat, all the heaviness pulls in the seat and causes it to sink as well. So we're made of cement, heavy as an anchor. And it continues down the legs. The thighs become very heavy. The muscles release. And they soften to the point that they're just like jello. Those muscles without the strength cause the body to feel weak under the weight of those muscles. And so the body, the legs feel heavy. And it continues all the way down the legs right to the ankles, lower legs as well. It becomes so heavy that it becomes inconceivable to even think of moving them. The feet as well. Bring your attention to the feet and relax. Indicate to them to relax. Tops of the feet. Relaxing. The bottom and the heel of the foot, of the feet soften. No tightness, no tension. The toes remain loose or become loose and limp. The feet fall out to the side. Arms and legs now so heavy on both sides. And bring your attention now to the mid part of the body, the torso. Go inside now. Direct your attention to the lungs. Feel them becoming heavy as well. So heavy it's as though they can't even function anymore. Just more weight to sink the body down further. The heart, the stomach, the intestines, the liver, the kidneys, all the organs follow that lead. They become very sluggish in their operation as well, and eventually they just slow down to the point of barely sustaining life in the body. So now the inside workings of the body are very still as well. Now the head is heavily resting on the ground, the back of the head pressing down into the earth. The face is soft, no signs of tension anywhere in the face. The skin around the eyes and the mouth and the nose is relaxed, no lines of tension. The eyes are soft, the jaw is soft, no clenching, no grinding, no engaging of the muscles. Everything is soft and relaxed. Now inside of the head sits the brain. And all the activity in the brain, the chatter, has reduced to barely a whisper, a little bit of a murmur, a hum. That quiets right down as well, even more. Not having to deal with the still corpse-like state, the mind can also come to a place of quietness. And the body and the mind have become so quiet and still that you lose all body awareness. You feel no sensations. Even the emotions feel as though they were not yours. The thoughts, you're just like the witness watching it all. All those experiences that you drew throughout your life up until now, the physical experiences, the mental ones and the emotional ones, all serve a purpose, helping us to grow, bringing us knowledge that we need to break those patterns that cause pain and suffering. The major ones are not knowing your true nature, which is not the body, nor the mind, nor the emotions. You're way beyond that. You're without form, without end. You're just like love and supreme wisdom, which are boundless. You keep cultivating through your experiences. But if you cling too much to the experiences, you prevent yourself from embracing other experiences to come. You keep on hanging on to those experiences, whether it's an emotional or mental or physical attachment. If you don't let go of those memories, then you will impede yourself from gaining others that are to come. So just know that every experience is finite duration. Extract what you can from it, the lesson. Keep that knowledge with you to serve you in some way. Then remain receptive to all the experiences to come. Treat your asana practice as a way to exercise this. You pass through all the forms. You cultivate compassion and awareness and experience through trying out all these different asanas. Eventually become comfort, and you can find the quietness and the peace of mind. When you finally attain peace and comfort and steadiness in a pose. So make that intention going forward in all your day-to-day activities as well as in your practice on the mat. Repeat to yourself now the following sentence 3 times to ingrain in your mind and heart. I embrace all experiences, and I seek out the knowledge that each one offers. slowly bring your awareness back to the body. Start to feel the breath. Reconnect with the body bit by bit. Feel it starting to awaken. Fingers, toes, arms, legs, the head, the inner forces that animate the body. And in a loving and gentle way, with the utmost reverence, mindfulness, and quietness, prepare to come back from Shavasana and back into a seated position. Move in a way that allows you to remain in that serene, quiet state of mind. Once you're seated again, just remain supreme and steady. Meditate upon steadiness, adhering to the practice so you continue to cultivate that peace of mind that allows you to not always get too attached to experiences or to people or to things. To always come back to the place of offering and love and sharing knowledge and love and compassion with all beings. But we have to send that knowledge out to others so that we all are on the same page, and then eventually becomes more possible to find an end to the suffering, or at least allow us to cope with the suffering. Continue to be the witness, even when you step off the mat. Remain unaffected, undisturbed, ever calm, ever non-judging, and unconditionally loving. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Be receptive to the divine grace within. Namaste. Thank you so very much for joining. Next week's class will begin at 8:15 and go to 9:45, so just shifted by 15 minutes. Because there's an event I had to attend at 10 o'clock. So sorry for that, and I'll send a reminder just in case. Thank you, and sorry again for the interruption in the feed. I'll stitch it together and I'll send out a video later. Hopefully that will work. Namaste.